Hello, everyone. Linda Carr here, founder of the Vagus Genie formula, healyourvagusnerve.com. The video today is about our brain. Get some paper so you can take notes, and we'll get started. I'll give you 10 seconds. Get your paper, get a pen, take some notes. What led me to choose this topic today is that I had a new client call and schedule, a man who is experiencing a lot of depression. He has experienced pretty serious loss, beloved people transitioning. He's lost his bearings and feels that he has ADHD, can't focus, can't think. So I'm going to share a little bit of science, how regulating the vagus nerve and the autonomic nervous system resources the brain and the entire nervous system and allows healing and recovery for depression, for the inability to focus and pay attention, for panic attacks and anxiety, feeling like you're flat and numb in your brain and your body. Okay, so there are 19 compartments in the brain. 19 compartments in the brain. And in a healthy brain, all of those compartments are communicating with each other. Very important. 19 compartments. All of those compartments ideally are communicating with each other. The brain and the nervous system are healthy and strong, and that communication is happening constantly. That is a rare brain these days, even in children, simply because of the fact that so many humans are living in a survival stress response. That interrupts severely the ability to communicate, the ability for the brain to be communicating left to right, front to back, all those 19 compartments, that whole system of communication is interrupted when we're living in stress and survival. Okay, the brain becomes sick. Now, I've got some notes here, so I want to check this real quick. Let me explain something really important. I want to go back a little bit and remind you all, the central nervous system is the brain, the spinal cord, and the 12 cranial nerves that begin in the brain. They come out of the brain, they come out of the brain stem, and then they travel into the body to do their job. The vagus nerve is number 10 of 12. And that is your autonomic nervous system. The vagus nerve is 80% of the entire autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is what restores, repairs, regenerates all of our other systems, all of our organs, and of course the brain. So when someone calls me like this man today, I'm experiencing heavy depression, I feel anxious, I think I may be ADHD, I can't focus, I can't accomplish anything. I know his nervous system is in survival stress response and his brain is sick. His brain is suffering. That's science. Okay? Now, here's something I haven't shared before. So I know I still want to show you guys a really great image of the vagus nerve. I have not done that yet. What I want you to know is that the vagus nerve comes out of the brain, out of the brain stem, travels around down through the throat and all the way throughout the throat, throughout the chest, throughout the gut, lives the vagus nerve. It's everywhere. Okay? Fully innervating everything in the throat, everything in the chest, everything in the gut. Primary brain chemicals and hormones like serotonin and dopamine. Serotonin and dopamine are made in the brain, but even more so are made in the gut. Okay? So these beloved hormones and chemicals that we all need and want in our brain, so we have a balanced, healthy brain, emotional perspective, energy in our brain to think and focus. Serotonin and dopamine, a lot of that hormonal chemical mix is made in the gut. And the way it gets to the brain is the vagus nerve. Imagine, that's pretty critical. So yes, some serotonin and dopamine are made in the brain, other hormones and chemicals also. A lot of the serotonin and dopamine are made in the gut, and they get from the gut to the brain via the vagus nerve. Okay? So when we are living in a high stress survival response, especially for a long period of time, the vagus nerve is dysregulated, it is dysfunctional, it is not highly resourced, it is not able to do its job. So there is a I can't grab the words I want. The amount of serotonin and dopamine we need in our brain for all that communication and energy and health, it's not getting up there because the vagus nerve highway is compromised. Okay? There's a lot of compromise when the vagus nerve highway is dysregulated, dysfunctional. Okay? Now, I want to give you one more perspective to consider in all of this, and that is energy in the brain. Okay? We want our hormones and chemicals abundant in our brain, absolutely. We want a highly functional vagus nerve and autonomic nervous system, absolutely. And we need and want energy in our brain, I see a lot of brains that are deprived of energy, and I feel very distressed about that. The solution is actually pretty simple. We got to get regulated. We must get regulated. We must have discipline, commitment, and focus to regulate our vagus nerve and our autonomic nervous system. This will energize the brain. This will energize the body. And symptoms like ADHD, depression, panic attacks, lack of focus, inability to pay attention, whether you're a child, an elder, or you're 35 or 45 years old. Nervous system regulation is at the top of the hierarchy for biological, neurological, chemical, and emotional balance and wellness. I hope you wrote all that down. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think that's it for today. Leave a comment, ask me questions. Let's keep building this community. I'm a phone call and an email away, and I want to help energize brains and build healthy, strong bodies and minds. Okay, Linda Carr signing off, sending all of you love. Talk to you soon. Okay? All right. Thank you.